Overview. Bernie Sanders does Fox News town hall. So Bernie was on Fox News doing his own town hall. And, this is awesome because the Democrats excluded Fox News from the debates, the Democratic primary debates. And, Bernie said, I'll go to Fox News. I'll win people over. I'll get their votes. And that makes Bernie look so much better than the Democrats, the centrist Democrats who have refused to partake. And I understand the reasons why. Like Fox News is pure propaganda outlet. But there's so much value to go over there and try to win support and try to win voters on the issues that are just crippling Americans, like healthcare, wage income inequality. There's too much to gain to not go. So that's why Bernie went there, and I'm glad he did. So I'm going to be smashing through some of my notes here on what he talked about, and a lot of it was just stuff that he talks about all the time. Like he speaks verbatim about the last place he was just at, the last state and the last speech. He'll speak about that. His talking points have been the same for decades, so a lot of you know what he's about and what he talks about. But he addressed tax returns. He addressed that he is a millionaire and how he got it. He's a successful writer. He's a successful politician. He earned his money the correct way by earning it. And, they try to make it seem like he's, some sort of bad guy for making money. And it's just kind of ridiculous. He called out billionaires who don't pay any taxes, the Netflix, the Amazons of the world, the Googles, or whoever's just not paying taxes at the top. He called out Donald Trump a lot. And he challenged Fox News to get Donald Trump on there to release his tax returns because Bernie Sanders just released 10 years of tax returns. And he challenged Fox News and Donald Trump on that network to call out Donald Trump. That was just awesome. The context here is this is all being said on Fox News. So this is just, a whole new level. One other side note, Bernie was pretty combative. Like he's always feisty, right? But he was very combative. Like he did not give an inch to Martha or Brett when he felt they were being disingenuous. And they were being disingenuous a lot. And he was snapping back, like feistier than ever. And I just noticed that throughout the whole thing. What else was discussed? Wealth tax was discussed. Something he wanted to do wealth tax at 52%. He elaborated on that. Taxing Wall Street speculation. Like I said, there's a lot of greatest hits in here that Bernie always talks about. But once again, it's on Fox News, so it's a whole new level. He talked openly about democratic socialism. He said those words. He elaborated on what it means for a system that is based on equality and that is not based on the 1% doing good. It's based on a system where everybody has a fair chance and everybody has a chance to do good. So he elaborated on democratic socialism. So that was pretty cool. And let me see. And like I said, he got just rousing applause from that and so many other things he said. And it was just like, I did not expect that. So the crowd was definitely pro-Sanders. They did not set this up to have all Fox News viewers in that audience. I guess it was a pretty mixed audience, but they were very, very pro-Sanders. Okay, and Fox News tried to call Bernie out on his age. And, it kind of blew up in their faces, like a lot of things were just blowing up in the host's faces because they're so disingenuous. It's Fox News. You know how they package their questions. So he said, Bernie said something about that. He said, quote, "It's not whether you are young or old, it's what you believe in," unquote. So I thought that was a great response. He called out Trump. He called him a pathological liar. But he said something very important here, and this needs to be said more. Bernie said, if we spend most of our time attacking Donald Trump, The Democrats are going to lose. Okay? That's just flat out simple. We have to go towards policies. Okay? Democrats have to focus on policies that are popular with the American people. And that is the way to beat Donald Trump. You're not going to beat him playing his game. You're not going to do it. It didn't work in 2016. It will not work in 2020. The Democrats have to stay focused on issues, health care, wage income inequality, stuff like that. Attacking Trump personally is only going to play into the base. It's only going to throw red meat to their base and invigorate them to show up in 2020. Leave it alone. Okay, he elaborated on Medicare for All, 30 million not covered, and many more millions undercovered, with high deductibles, medication prices through the roof. Like I said, greatest hits. He talks about this stuff all the time. And I'll end on this one. This issue of disingenuous framing that I keep bringing up. Of course, it showed up here. Fox News is in the equation. Bret Baier polled the audience, the in-house audience that they were sitting in front of, and he asked them to raise their hands if you like your private healthcare insurance. Okay, so about 75 to 80% of the audience raised their hand. Then he asked a question. Now, how many of you would be for Bernie Sanders' Medicare for All program? And about 75 to 80% of the audience raised their hand, but there was also screaming and applause and hollering. And it just it just made that question and the framing, it just exposed it for the fraud it is, because healthcare changes all the time. Your employer changes your healthcare all the time. But this time it's different because it's Bernie Sanders. Disingenuous framing. It blew up in their face. So many questions just seemed to blow up in their face. The audience was all on Sanders' side. Very pro-Sanders. It was like, it was great. It was better than I expected. And I'm going to do part 2 later today. So let me know what you think. Did you watch the Bernie Sanders town hall? Like, share, subscribe, and click the bell.